All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another Agent Mastermind training class. We are here with the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Scott Hudspeth. The crowd goes wild.
We're going to show you how to do real live claps in real life. So, hey, man, how you doing, Paul?
I am doing fantastic, my friend. I'm doing fantastic.
Good. Hey, I'm going to show everybody on the call how to have their own radio show, how to build brand recognition, how to approach local business owners, how to approach your loan officer partners, other realtor partners, just to have a really good time. Home inspect, we're going to go through a lot of different stuff. And the reason you'd want to do this is because think about this. When you put up a blog post and it's just written like a normal script written type thing, and then you put up a radio show, it just has a higher perceived value. And really, when it comes down to it, when you think about it, a written article is no more, most people say it out loud. A lot of professional writers will actually sit there and talk and have somebody write for them, right? They're kind of called ghostwriters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's actually software programs, one of the great programs, and we use it. As a matter of fact, we write a lot of ebooks using that exact type method, where we'll actually sit down and dictate, and the software will convert it. You can do some editing and things like that, but that's all it is it's you talking and presenting what it is that the valuable item that you're talking about.
Correct. So let's talk about having a radio show. Let's kind of go through this, and then you guys can, we'll take all the, but we're going to show you a live, like what we're doing here. It's called Spreaker. We're going to go through it and show you live how this stuff works, how cool it is, and just here's a little bit of an overview of the strategy. So what is radio or podcast? And then the computer is the radio. So like when I say radio show, of course my kids go, what channel is it? Well, it's social media. So social media, it's amazing. Our first show, we had 33 different people listen to our radio show. Now, whether they listen to the whole thing, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But that's 33 people that connected with me in a way that they haven't connected with me in a long time, on a radio show, right?
And those 33 people see you as a local celebrity because of the fact that you're doing a radio show. People see people that are on television or on radio or in commercials or in the newspaper all the time. People see them or perceive them as a local celebrity, as somebody that the information is valuable enough that you want to tune in. It's a valuable enough information that, wow, they've got their own radio show. The viewer or the listener doesn't need to know, that it's you doing it out of the basement of your room or out of your home office or wherever you're doing it. It's the perceived value that you're going for, because in the world we live in, I was taught this long ago, perception is reality.
Correct. Well, you know what I always get told is I got a face for radio. So,
in the immortal words of our good friend Ron Siegel, I've got the face for radio.
Radio, man. So like, who doesn't have a Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, or Twitter account, right? And when you publish this thing, it literally goes everywhere. It's freaking cool. So you can broadcast live or pre-recorded. That's the cool thing. So like, if you wanted to do 3 shows in one day, and we're not talking an hour-long show. We're talking, our last one was 14 minutes, right? 14-minute show. We talked about the different things that affect your credit score, like the factors, the percentages, what to do, what not to do when buying a home. So like 14 minutes, we just kind of talked back and forth. I'm going to show you a really easy way to do that, and then we push that out there. And then we're building a library of different things on our radio show that people can go back and reference. Or if like maybe a client comes in and they have a credit issue, and I sit down with them for 15 minutes and say, here's the steps that you need to take to get to where you can buy a home, and then I send them a link to a podcast that they can listen to about their radio show to just kind of solidify who I am, and then I'm the local expert. It's pretty cool, right?
And quite easily become the local expert, because who else is saying, let me just send you a copy of my radio show?
Yeah, nobody. And have it play at prescribed times each week on a channel or a blog, which, if you have a website, you have a blog, of course you have all your social media sites. So there's a bunch of tools. Think about this. Is this guy not a celebrity, man? He's got that biggest, highest paid, radio show on planet Earth. Of course, it's a video too, but his voice is unbelievable. You know what I mean?
And that's the epitome of a face for radio.
Yeah, I know. That is a face for radio for sure, man, for sure. So it allows you to become the local celebrity. Seriously, you can get as many, not as many views as these guys, of course, but these guys became famous doing radio shows, like interviewing people. So why not do this exact same thing in your town? Because nobody's doing it. I mean, and I'm going to give you a bunch of ideas. You guys heard of this one, Susie Orman?
One of my favorite people to read and listen to.
Susie Orman, I mean, she's amazing with the different facts. I mean, so like interviewing her would be a really cool thing. What if you interviewed the local governor, or the local school? What do they call that guy?
Hey, guys, just so you know, what's a really cool thing about Suze Orman, and Scotty, stop me if you were going to talk about this, but one of the cool things about Suze Orman, for those of you who don't know her background, she is probably one of the most listened to financial advisors in the entire country. She is known for being an expert financial advisor. That's what people know her for. That's the whole reason behind her show on CNBC. That's not where she got her background, though. Her background is something completely different, culinary arts or something like that. But she made it a practice. She began slowly. She began doing some local radio. She began getting some listeners and people to hear her or see her as an expert. And she doesn't talk about anything different than other financial advisors talk about. Yeah. She simply has a celebrity status based on people knowing who she is and hearing her name and her voice on radio. That's where her celebrity status came from completely. It came from her just starting from day one, starting from very small, doing a little bitty thing here and there. And she's only been around for 10, 12 years, but her growth has become. It all started from just doing some local radio stuff, talking about financial advice for her own business in her local community is where it all began for her.
It's amazing. And so, like, it's just getting started. I mean, we're not looking for you to be the next Susie Orman or, the next, this guy, Howard Stern. We're not talking about that. We're talking about rising above your competition, being, like, going above and beyond the normal of what the average agent does.
That's exactly, Scotty. It hits the nail right on the head. You're not looking to become the next Suze Orman nationally. You're just looking to become the next Suze Orman locally. You just want to be. You just want your local people to know who you are and to know about this. That celebrity status. We all think about Oprah. She says a book to read and 2 billion people walk out and go buy it. Exactly. You can have a small sense of that in your local community where when you say something, people listen to it, appreciate it, and trust that it's going to be fact because you're delivering it in a way that not everybody else is delivering it.
Well, the cool part about this too is like when you interview, like we had a financial planner in today that brought us a bunch, 80 pounds of brittle. I mean,
nice.
It's good stuff, literally, 800 pounds maybe. I mean, 4 cases. So
you need to bring that to Vegas with you next week.
Yeah. So on the way out, I said, hey, man, I would love to interview you in the fact that, what should people do when they leave they change jobs and they have a 401k and they should they transfer it? Of course they should transfer it, but what are some options that they would have depending on their situation? Or, what should people do if they have so much money in the bank and that's all the money they have? Find out the 7 most important questions that you get asked when you meet with a new client, and let's put those in a radio show and then broadcast it to your list. Now, here's where the powerful thing comes in with that. If I'm doing the interview, I get to say what I want to say. I get to say, hey, this is Scott with Kalamazoo Mortgage, coming to you live with my dear friend Mike here, who's a financial planner with ABC Financial. And he's going to share with us the 7 most important questions that you should be thinking about or you should ask if you run into this situation. And so I'm the expert bringing him to the table. It's my show. And if he sends to his list, how many people are going to see and hear about me?
Absolutely.
That's where the crazy part comes in. Ron just posted on here $7,000 for a 30-second commercial on Howard Stern. You think you think he has some listeners?
Well, radio is powerful. It's just a proof positive that radio is powerful.
Correct. So we all agree that this is and I know people are going, man, I literally can't get in front of a camera, let alone do a radio show. But man, it's so easy. I'm telling you. And it's literally, you don't have to be a perfect speaker. You don't have to be perfect anything. You just got to ask the questions. And this system that I'm going to share with you allows you to have so much fun with it that it's just cool. So items you will need. You need a boom mic if you want, and I'm gonna, I have mine right here. This one right here that I'm gonna show you. Let me pop up some other things here. A headset. We don't even use a headset.
No, and it's one or the other on that.
Yeah.
Showing some microphone options. And here's the thing: as far as the microphone, the boom mic, Scotty obviously recommends the boom mic.
Right.
Not because not because you have to worry about the sound quality. Your speaker system, your microphone, the system Scotty's going to show you, it will all work with those things. But the perception that is delivered when Scotty pulls out the boom mic is a much different perception to the person you're interviewing, and that's really who your target for. Look, the whole thing is to get more referrals. Let's face it. That's what everything that we do is talking about: getting buyer and seller leads, getting more referrals. Did you just break something, Scotty?
No, I took some pictures of my hand, man.
Okay. Whoa. I was wondering what that crinkle was. But the boom mic creates a perception with the person that you're interviewing that gives you it gives you kind of a boost. It makes them feel as if, wow, this guy's got the boom mic. He's got the whole setup going on.
Exactly. Yes. So here's the thing, man, with this Yeti mic. So I walked into, we got a place called Guitars, right? It's called Guitars?
Guitar Center.
Guitar Center. And are they just local? Or are the Guitar Centers all over? But if you go to your local place that sells guitars and what do they call them, keyboards and stuff like that, this place that I went had they were selling it for $149, and I said to them, man, I can get it online for like $99. So they pulled it up, they looked it up, and they gave me the price. So don't pay any more than $100 for it. This Yeti mic is amazing in that it comes with a little stand like this. I bought the boom with it. The boom was $30, so I can have it sitting here like I do. But it also comes with a stand. Now here's the thing. You can set it on a table using this thing right here. So it just sets in here, and it's setting in the middle of a table. And then it's a USB, so it goes from the microphone to my computer, which it's hooked to my computer. I'm using this mic right now to talk with you guys. So you can, literally, if you have a laptop and this microphone, which everybody has a laptop, $99 you have a microphone, now you're going to have a radio show because I'm going to show you a free software program that allows you to do this. So just some amazing, the Yeti mic is amazingly, I don't know, it just sounds so good.
And it's simple to use. It's plug and go, really. It is a plug and go setup too.
Now, I did have, just real quick, I did have this one right here, which is a great mic, but the only problem with this mic, it's an Audio-Technica. You might decide to go with this one, but just know that if you have people around you, if you have 2 or 3 people that you're interviewing, that the front is the only part that's hot. So there's a little blue light, and the front part is hot. This side is not, where the Yeti mic has 3 different sensors all around the mic here. So just know that
it picks up your audio if you're sitting across from someone a lot better than the other does.
Correct. Yeah, that's exactly correct. So let's just keep going on this here. So that's all you need. Most people have a computer. You don't need this. You don't need this. You do need a nice. I would 100% do not skip out on the nice microphone. That is one thing that will just people will turn you off in a heartbeat. So what would you talk about? More questions of who would you talk with? Okay. So it's not about what you talk about, it's who you talk with, because I'm going to give you some ideas of where to go to find content, and there's just all kinds of it, okay? So interview experts for the local landscaper. How cool would that be, especially springtime? Hey, I'm thinking about putting some flowers in or some plants or some trees or some bushes. What could I put in that would last me a long time that would still look good, that I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of work to, right?
Absolutely.
Of course, our friends on the West Coast, I don't know if we want to talk about that right there. But,
everybody in Colorado is gulping for air right now. Sorry, guys.
Right. Okay, so, yeah, I know. So we got, who's this guy? He's a painter, so interview the painter. Seriously, what paint to use? Is it, there's all different, because, if you're painting inside, it's different than painting outside. So, interview, what paint's the best, where to buy the best deal, what color to, what's the bedroom, stuff like that. How about a plumber? You got a plugged sink. You can interview a plumber about all different kinds of things. How about an auto mechanic? Everybody drives a car, right? Everybody drove a car to get to work. So what a great.
Here's the cool thing about this, Scotty, with what you're showing here. For those of you who have been joining us here on the Agent Mastermind class for a few weeks, you know that just 3 weeks ago we did the business to business marketing on steroids class. This
Yeah,
is an
yeah, yeah.
absolutely
Oh my
perfect,
God.
perfect tie-in for follow-up with the business owners that you do your business-to-business strategy. You do your commercial with your coupon, and then you follow up with them. Hey, I'd love to interview you on my radio show to kind of tie in, and it brings more people back to our website. Oh, you more than welcome to email this out to your database. Guess what? That's a second opportunity for that
Yeah.
business owner to call you a trusted friend and ally. Hey,
Well,
this
no
is my
question.
good friend Paul. He's the best real estate agent in town. You should, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, definitely get in touch with Paul because he can help you with all the aspects of the real estate transaction. I mean, that's what it's all about is getting that, that trusted friend to say it. So now I've done a commercial. Now I'm going to do a radio show with you. Wow.
Yeah. Here's the mindset. Here's the mindset behind this: is when you interview all these people and all these businesses. I interview the painter, the car guy, the pool guy, the plumber. I mean, the mindset is that when they think of you as a real estate professional, when they think of a plumber, they think of the real estate professional that sent them there. They think of a painter, they go, man, okay, yeah, that real estate agent had a radio show on that one. So you're part of their life in it's kind of like video marketing in a different way, but same mindset. You know what I
And
mean?
here's the really big winner, the win-win situation in this is that guess what, guys? You're not looking to try and find 1,000 listeners in your local marketplace by
Right.
doing this. What
Right.
you're doing is you're doing an interview with a person that is going to know, trust, and like you enough to refer any and everybody that ever mentions the word, real estate transaction, home for sale, whatever the case, they're going to always refer you. So make your focus be on the person you're interviewing. That's the person you're looking to get a referral from. Anything else that happens after, if there's viewers that catch it, if they send it to their database and that produces a referral, that's just gravy in the container. That's left over for you to have some more later. That's
Yeah,
where the
we call it
win-win-win
equity, man.
about
We
this
call it
is.
equity. Yeah, because
Marketing equity. That's exactly
marketing
right,
equity.
Scotty.
Yep, yep. So get this. So I got a real estate agent in town who is a local expert when it comes to taxes. Okay, so like, what is your home worth, and then what should your taxes be compared to what your value of your home is? Because that's mostly what that's what the city bases your taxes on, right? So he's an expert because values have dropped so much. He is an expert. Like he knows how to go in and fight and win a lower tax for your home, and he's doing it every single day. So like that's one of his expertise. So what if I had a radio show on, hey, so if I think that I'm paying too much for the home I just bought a new home, what are the steps that I need to take to fight against the value compared to the tax that I'm paying, what the city thinks my home is worth, right? What a great radio show, or what a great video, right? So that's the stuff. So here's some more ideas. Roofer, insurance agent, niche loan officer, reverse VA. I mean, if you want to interview somebody like that who has I don't know if you guys know this, as a real estate agent, you can buy a home on a reverse mortgage. It's not just refinance; it's a purchase.
I was getting ready to say one of the least known transactions available and probably one of the easiest to get done with somebody in the 63 plus group is a reverse purchase loan.
Correct. The mayor, I mean, interviewing the mayor, having the mayor on, I mean, go to his office, pull up, interview him, say, hey, I just want to ask a couple questions about this or that, or, find out some questions that are going to be interesting, not boring, and then go from there. So Chamber of Commerce president, what a great small business opportunity. You do a favor for him, and he's like, hey, what other small business in town could use some more notoriety, some more branding, some more interaction, stuff like that to, maybe help them out. That would be a huge, huge topic. Chef at your local restaurant. What a great. It's like, how do you come up with all these recipes? Seriously. I mean, the food is so good here. Now you're posting that out there. They know that now when your client goes to that restaurant, who are they going to think about?
You.
They're going to think about you. Yeah. That's the whole mindset behind all this stuff. Baker, just be careful when you go there. There's a lot of good stuff. Local grocery store. I mean, so like you could say, okay, how do you, as a baker at a local grocery store, what would you tell somebody when they come into, like, what's the best thing they could make over Thanksgiving? Something easy and good that the whole family would like, that you would prefer as a baker, that type of thing. Maybe get some cool recipe that he knows that has, it's not like all over the internet. Be cool stuff there. House cleaner, that's a great one. Holy smokes. Vacation planner. I mean, everybody takes vacations. Interview. I mean, there's just some amazing ideas that you could talk to people. And here's the. I mean, I keep going back to this. If you interview and start interviewing one a month, even if you only did one a month, like we're going to do one a week, so one a month, and now you have, at the end of 12 months, you have 12 different interviews with 12 different professionals that you can send out there periodically, and you can, after you get to the 12th one, you can send the first one again, as long as it's up to date and nobody would ever know, right? Because it's recorded. All right? The most important item about your guest, make sure they have a list. What I mean by that is, like, if you're interviewing somebody that just opened up, they have no list, or they have, because when you record this radio show, you want them to send this recording and push this recording out to all their social media sites, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all that stuff. And make sure that they have a following. If there's 2 people on their Facebook page, I mean, you want it to benefit you. Now, you still might benefit a friend or help them out or whatever, but if you're going to sit there...
That's a good practice one. That would be a good practice one.
Absolutely. Good idea. Good idea. Good practice. So like, go to your website and download their free report. So if you go to, here's Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate. So and again, I have no affiliation to Coldwell Banker, but if I was to go to Buying Your Home, and then I click on that, and this opens up, and it has all these buyer tips, and I could go, all right, here's 6 or 7 buyer tips that we could talk about. I'm just going to ask you the question. You can read right from your webpage if you want. We'll print it out, and you can read right from it. But now I'm positioning you as the local expert when it comes to buying your home tips. All right? Real easy to come up with content because everybody has a website and everybody has these little tabs there. Real easy way to come up with that. There are free reports in your script, so like drama-free home buying, reviewing your closing papers. I mean, there's like a million different things we could talk about as a real estate or loan professional. I mean, buying a home is a life-changing event. So, I mean, this could be your intro to the radio show. It's like, hey, everybody, welcome to the radio show. Buying a home is a life-changing event, so it's easy to get caught up in all the drama. Minimize the stress of buying a home with these 10 action steps, strategies and insider secrets. So we're going to talk with my expert, my local real estate expert, Mike. How you doing, brother? Excellent. So that's the whole, and we're going to have a little fun with this here in just a second. So how you benefit? You're the leader of the tribe. You're the only one doing this. You are seen as the go-to person. They remember you when they're thinking about buying or selling a home, or their friends, family, and coworkers think about buying or selling a home, right? Guest sends your interview to their list, which, I mean, think about doing this with a home insurance agent. 700 people.
That'd be a pretty good interview. Imagine doing an interview with the local chamber of commerce person. Imagine that person's list with local businesses.
I know, and what is an insurance agent send to their database on a monthly basis?
A bill.
Big fat bill, right?
That's it.
So what if on that bill, or some way, shape, or form, like sent out with the bill, hey, join us for 10 things to know to lower your homeowner's insurance, whatever. Or, hey, join us on because usually they've met and greeted and got to know all these people. So why not have it so that, hey, join us this week on a radio show where I get interviewed. People love that stuff, right? And they go on and hear that he's the expert when it comes to, hey, if a tree falls on your house, what's the first thing you should do? Well, get the tree off, right? So, but that's a cool thing. Guests provide all the content, so you don't have to really come up with it. You go, okay, like that financial plan today. I said, hey, grab the 7 most important questions that your clients ask you when you first meet with them.
And that's exactly what Ron Siegel said, was, as far as content, he doesn't ever have to give content. Most of his content is given to him by the guests that he's speaking with. I ask them for their frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Friends with the mayor. I mean, yeah, and here's a good point. Friends with the mayor is not usually a pretty good thing, I would say.
Usually.
You know what I'm saying?
Depends.
You think the mayor knows anybody?
It depends on who they supported in this last election.
Amen. Yes. Okay. So what about those that don't have a free report for your questions? Okay. So option number 1, here's 55 questions. Now I'm going to give you this. Here's the link to this. It's budyworld.com/55 questions. So make sure, I'm going to give you a copy of this PowerPoint. Just contact the loan professional that sent you here for a copy of this recording and the PowerPoint. Okay. So, but 55 questions. You can always come up with 3. Now don't do too many. Make it 10, 15 minutes long. 7, 8 questions. Option 2, send an email out to their list and ask them If you wanted to ask one burning question to your mayor, what would that question be? And you can post that on Facebook. I mean, God, that's a good Facebook post. Holy smokes, I'm going to put that out there next week. So, I mean, that would give you probably, I mean, depending on how you're interacting and engaging with your database, but that's going to give you a bunch of great questions right there. Hey, and you can do this for a pool guy, painter, landscaper. Hey, you know, if you had to ask, you know, what are 5 burning questions that you would want to ask your plumber? I mean, that's a great idea.
Shoot, if you're going to have the mayor on, well, you could use that as a huge, growing point or talking point on, like, to generate engagement on Facebook.
No
hey,
question.
hey, folks, I'm going to be doing an interview with the mayor on my radio show. What would you all like me to ask him? Boy, you think people won't engage in that kind of a conversation? That was instant engagement for your fan page, and we're always looking for new ways to get fans engaged.
Correct. So here's the script for getting guests. Hey, this is Scott O. Smith. I do a weekly radio show and would love to interview you on the subject of whatever it is. There's no charge for this, just some great content for my friends and fans, and for your friends and fans. No hardball questions, just lobbing watermelons for you to knock it out of the park, to make you look like the local expert. Man, people get excited about this stuff.
Really? You want to interview me? It's an ego thing first and foremost. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've had so much fun with this. Back when I actually had a live, like, on the radio show, I had a home inspector in, I had real estate agent. I mean, it was so much fun because we would literally just read from a script because you're not on video. So they don't know. I mean, unless you literally, you say, I am a, I mean, then obviously they may know, but it's just have a normal conversation. It's good to go. So how long is the interview? 15 to 20 minutes or about 7 questions. Can it be up to 45 minutes for your B2B partners? I would keep it short. Maybe do three of them with your B2B partners at different periods throughout the year. Interview an appraiser with a loan officer. I mean, interview an appraiser. I mean, what a great interview right now. With an appraiser, oh my God. Like, hey, what can I do to take back control of this real estate world, right? In some cases, I'm just referring to Michigan, of course. Everybody else is good to go. Don't forget the call to action, right? Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, just give us a call, and we'll make sure and hook you up with this great appraiser we have here on the call right now, and make sure that we get your home whatever you're looking for. Make sure 1, it's safe, 2, it's livable, and 3, that you're getting the right deal on the right home, right? Call to action. Setting up the interview, quiet background. Make sure you and your guests are comfortable. Cool microphone makes it official. That's all it is. Keep it casual. No big deal. Just, keep it casual. Give away coupons away from promoting the business you are interviewing. Remember we did this B2B, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? We talked about generating your own coupons. So, like, hey, on the radio show, we can have little spots where we can do commercials, which are really cool. So we can have, hey, free keyless entry with the purchase of a new door or operator. Just give my friend Joe here a call at 317-855-DOOR. Hey man, I really appreciate you doing this for my clients, Joe. That type of thing. Listeners,
that'll also encourage the interviewee to be more apt to make sure that they're posting it on their social media sites and getting it out to their contact list.
Correct. All right, you guys ready to have some fun? All right, so listen, and now this is a big one. I cannot stress this enough. If it sounds like crap, delete it, okay? They will not deal with iffy sound. It's got to be good. They will not deal with it. So don't even try, because that is your image. That is who you are. If you're putting it out there and it's breaking up and it sounds like crap and it sounds like you're 5 miles away from the microphone, just get rid of it. It's not even worth it. Spend $100. Christmas is coming up. Ask for a brand new mic for Christmas, and it's just amazing the difference in quality. Okay, can't stress that enough. All right, live events versus a recording. Live event gives you urgency to show up, right? Live event feels more, I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, me trying to play football in a stadium that has nobody in it is not as fun as playing football in a stadium where I got people to perform for. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like if Paul and I were doing this webinar right now and there was nobody on the call, my excitement level would be like, okay, hey man, it's not quite there, Different story. Live event feels more like a real radio show. And then blog lets you put up all of the past ones too. So that's the cool part is you can have a little tab on there. It says radio shows. They can go there, have all the links to all the radio shows that you've done, Click on any one. You've got a topic on each one and stuff. So here's what I'm going to show you guys. Man, we're having so much fun with this thing. It's called Spreaker. So it's like speaker with an R, okay? So called Spreaker for recorded event, or the same thing you can do a live event, which we found out today. So here's the cool part about this thing, and we're going to go live here in a minute. You can post it on your video, your blog, your Facebook, iTunes, YouTube. It automatically pushes to YouTube, which we found out. In Twitter, and like you just push it everywhere. So check this out. So should you do them live or record it?
Yes.
Yes.
Both. All of the above.
Yes. I don't. That's my new answer. It's like, would you like ketchup and mustard?
Yes.
Or if there's always an or in there, it's like, yes, bring it. Yeah. So get our book. Okay. So here's a little demo. Here's a little thing. We'll come back to that in a second. But I'm gonna give you a little podcast, a free ebook for this. So here's Spreaker. So you go to Spreaker.com. Love this thing, by the way. This is so cool. And you know what's funny, Paul, is I was actually searching high and low to try and find a place. Let me just log out real quick. So I'm going to log out of Spreaker. So if you go to Spreaker.com, let me just go back to the original here. Can everybody see the screen okay?
Yep.
All right, so here's what it looks like. This girl's yelling at us. She's okay, though. She's
Spreaker!
Spreaker! So, all right, so here's, I would just prefer to log into Facebook. Now, when you log into Facebook, I wish that, I'm trying to think here how I do this. So
and if you see just below that, there is also you can sign up without using your Facebook page also if you want to go that way. But you do have to create an account to be able to use Spreaker.
Yes. So and there's no charge for doing this. So if you log in with Facebook, the cool part about logging in with Facebook, here, get this. So when you do a live broadcast, it pushes out to your Facebook page and says that it's Scott just started, or whatever the title is. Like, whatever your name is, it says just started, blah, 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 whatever, how to buy a foreclosure, whatever.
It puts a link right there as a status update is what it shows as, with a link right there where people, your friends, your fans, people can click right to and get right on your live broadcast as it's happening.
Correct. So here's what it looks like on the inside. Now, we already did a show, so you're not going to have a show here right now. It's going to be without, so we did a show, so it shows up as your shows. But you have a dashboard. You have your episodes, which if you click on my episode, we did one episode last week. We statistics. It shows the like how many people, total plays, total listeners, and all kinds of cool stuff. And then it shows your if you wanna, you can add your own music. You can add your own all kinds of cool stuff. Okay. So here's the dashboard. Now underneath the settings tab, it has a bunch of cool stuff like your full name. And here's the cool part. You can have your own link to your radio show. So mine is Spreaker.com/user/Kalamazoo Caffeine, where, I just love Kalamazoo Caffeine. So it's like, are you feeling the buzz? Up-to-date tips and tricks you can use when buying a home, selling a home, foreclosures, short sales, and your credit. All right? And we could put and other local businesses in there. So whatever, but I want them to know who I am and what I do for a living.
That's what I was getting ready to say, Scotty. Is this place, this spot or area when you're updating your settings in your profile, is specifically for you to be able to tell people who you are and what you do. When we listen to Frank Garay, who, for most of you on this class, we know Frank Garay, he's been doing video marketing for 5-6 years now, very successful with Think Big, Work Small. Very successful, understands the pulse of the reasons why you do things, what you do on the background to get yourself noticed and seen.
Correct.
What you're doing with your setup, is all you want people to know is who you are and what you do if they look for you. Your videos, your radio shows, things like that are not, you get an opportunity for a call to action to say it again there, but you definitely need to have your profile set up correctly so that people, when they do find you and do look for it, they know exactly who you are and exactly what you do.
Correct. All right, so check this out. So I'm going to just go right to it, and then I'll come back and kind of play around with it a little bit. But so here's my public page. So they give you a public page. Mine is Spreaker.com/user/Kalamazoo Caffeine. Now it also gives you, check this out, before I go live here, show, of course I'm live right now, is it gives you a landing page. So I kind of tied it into Kalamazoo Home Tips, and it says Kalamazoo Caffeine. It says the play button here. Of course there's advertisement. You know what? They haven't charged me 1 cent, so I'm okay with the little advertisement. That's not what this is about. This is about getting your stuff out there. So check this out. So here's my dashboard, okay? And I want to do a broadcast. So all I do is, you see this big green broadcast button right here?
It's as prevalent as it could be.
I mean, it literally, my eyes go to it every time. I mean, it's like the only thing I see. They did a really good job.
The only other thing my eyes are pushing to is the dashboard that's highlighted in orange, because that's telling you what page you're actually on inside of your system.
Correct. So here's your episodes, so all kinds of fun stuff. But the really the fun part is like go right to here, because we just this is like it's kind of like looking at a menu and never getting any food. Just go right to the food, right?
Absolutely.
Food, but okay, that's probably not a good example. So you click on broadcast, and here's the cool part: if you already have a recording that you did in the past, you can upload it right to your Spreaker account and then push it out there, right? Pretty cool. Or you click broadcast. This is where it gets fun. You give it a name. Let's call it Agent Mastermind Live Show. All right? Agent Mastermind, whatever you want to call it, give it a name. And you can always delete this. It says it doesn't stick until you actually save it and render it, okay? So click Next. It's going to go. It's going to open it up to a black screen, and it's going to look for your microphone. So when you get your new microphone, you just want to go down to your little microphone setting down here. Like, see that? Can you guys see this little microphone right down here?
Yeah, the little speaker guy on the bottom?
Yep. So you want to right-click on that, and then you want to click Recording Devices. After you plug in your mic, and you're going to see that you have a new Yeti mic up here, Yeti microphone, so you want to right-click, and you want to actually disable. So you're going to want to make, here, let me do one that's not enabled. So you want to click on that, Recording Devices, and say that I wanted this microphone, so I want to right-click, and I want to set as default device. You want to do that to your Yeti mic. So anything you open up on your computer, it's gonna use your Yeti mic. Okay, real easy to do. So then when you get to this point right here, you want to click Allow. So when you allow, it's going to grab whatever mic you're using, and it's going to open up this really cool dashboard for you. I mean, this is so cool. It's so easy to use. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. Check this out. So when you say you want to have some music for the intro of the radio show, and if you're multitasking, you got to watch this part right here, because this is pretty cool. So say you want some opening music and ending music to your radio show. See how this thing's going up and down right here? See how this right here? So if I tap my mic, I can make sure that I'm using the right mic. That's how you test if you got the right mic, is you just tap it. So I'm just tapping it right now, and you can see it going.
And notice there are 3 columns here. That far left column, it's labeling what column he's in. That's the microphone column, so he can control up and down his volume versus what's happening on deck 1 or deck 2.
Yep. And then you can mute it, of course, so you could mute if you want. So here's the here's some right here. It says playlist. You click on this little ad. It's kind of hidden. It's not real prevalent. So click on the add button. It's going to open up a bunch of different songs. So I'm just going to go songs. I'm going to go to I thought there was an all button. So let's just go. I thought there was an all button. Let's just go to 3333. It's going to load, and then I'm just going to click all, and then it's going to give me a couple different things that I can add, and then I can keep going down until I can find. I wish I knew which one we had. It was pretty cool. Breck Allen. You can kind of course, you can choose your own music, but let's just go with. Let's just try that one. Click all, and here's 4 of them. So all I do is this is music that I want for the intro of my radio. So let me just play this. Okay, I like that. That's kind of cool, right? So I can add it. So all I do is click the add button. It's going to throw it over here to this blue screen right here. So I'm going to click the add button. Now it's going to, as soon as it's ready, and then if I want, say I want this one, Nikes. See what this one is. Okay, so that could be the ending of my radio show. Okay, kind of like going away. Kind of like it. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to click add to that one, and then I'm going to close this out. So those 2 already. I'm going to close this out. So I'm going to drag deck 1 and deck 2. I'm going to drag it over. As soon as I have it here, all I do is left click and drag it over to deck 1. Now if I click the play button, all right, so that's the intro to my radio show. I mean, you can get crazy with this stuff, right? And then I want this one for the ending of my radio show, which is this right here. Hey guys, thanks for listening today, and we'll see you right here next week on Kalamazoo Caffeine. You know, so you can click and play and all kinds of fun stuff. Now, to have sound effects, like when Paul said, "Hey, it's Scott Hudspeth," and we have clapping and stuff, That's where you get sound effects, which is right here. So you click on the add button, and then it opens up all kinds. So like clapping is like in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go to, where is it at? I'm going to go one more. Clapping. Here's clapping crowd. So I'm going to add, here's the clapping.
But just above it is cheering crowd. Cheering crowd.
So a cheering crowd. So I'm going to add that to my little thing right here. Oh, cheering crowd. Okay, so I'm going to add that one. So you can add as many of these sounds as you want. We had a monkey in there like last week. It was kind of cool. And I'm like, Mike, who let the monkey out, man? Come on, put the monkey back in its cage. So, I mean, you can do all kinds. Here's another cool one is like a race car. Check this out. So there's the race car. So I'm going to add that. So I'm going to have 3 little tricks here going that I can push any time to play. This one's 3 seconds, this one's 36, and this one's 9 seconds, all right? So I'm going to close that out. So I'm ready to, I can do, if I push live, if I leave it right here and click this record button, I'm rolling and I'm live, and it's going to push it to my Facebook page. Crazy stuff. And push it to YouTube. I mean, it literally happens before you can click off it. It's already there. It's crazy stuff. All right, so to practice, what you want to do is click record a new podcast. So I want to record it, but I don't want to push it out. I want to push it out on my own terms to test the volume, test the mic, test the sounds, all the kinds of cool stuff, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my volume and I'm going to put it in the middle. Actually, I'm going to start it low and then have it come in, and then I'm going to have this one for the ends here. So as soon as I click play at the beginning of my show, it's going to start with that music. I'm going to come up and then back down, okay? So check this out. I'm going to click the record button. There's a 3-second, I think it's 3-second countdown timer. And then as soon as it hits, hey everybody, this is Scott Hudspeth and Mike Zinger. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How you doing, Scotty?
Good. So we're starting a radio show today, and this is our first one. We just wanted to welcome everybody to the call. All right, so here we go. So today we're going to talk about, Paul, what do you want to talk about, man? You want to talk about
let's talk about auto racing.
Auto racing. You know what, dude? I love auto racing.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, man. Whoa, holy!
Jeez.
Hey, I forgot to tell you, Paul, we're on the racetrack right now, so this is a little dangerous out here. So if you hear me fade away really quick, you'll know that we're dodging fast cars, man. Okay?
Sounds like you got Mario Andretti in your backyard.
I got Mario Andretti sitting right next to me, brother. So he's the man behind the myth, the legend, and he's the man behind the men, is what they say, right? Okay.
All right.
So we're going to talk about how to buy a 10-pound turkey today. Like, I think it's just a good topic for today.
Albertsons has them 39 cents or 59 cents a piece right now as we speak today. Albertsons, get there quickly.
Holy crap. Woo!
It's amazing.
That is awesome. Okay, so when you're done with the radio show, I mean, and I'm only a minute into it, you can have some really cool fun, right? Just going back and forth. You click the stop button, and voila, within just a couple, that's pretty fun, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
It's easy.
I mean, it's so you just like, when you do it the first time, it's gonna go, holy smokes, man, this, you know. But so here's my radio show. I click the play button. Now it's not published. You'll see that here's the publish button, so it's not published. So I'm gonna click play. Hey everybody, this is Scott Hudspeth and Mike Zinger. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm great. How you doing, Scotty?
Good. So we're starting a radio show today, and this is our first one. We just wanted to welcome everybody to the call. All right. So here we go. So today we're going to talk about. Paul, what do you want to talk about, man? You want to talk about how to buy
Auto racing.
auto racing? You know what, dude? I love auto racing. In fact, I forgot to tell you, Paul, we're on the. Okay, so is that cool or what? Right? So all I got to do to publish it, to put it inside. Now, if I was broadcasted live, I would just push the live button, and everything we did would automatically be pushed to my console or my dashboard as a show with that title, and automatically pushed to my YouTube setup. All right.
And somebody had mentioned just a few minutes ago while it was playing back that, you know, some of the audio, perhaps, you know, the audio coming out of the main microphone may be a little higher than what the sound effect. Guys, just so you know, you can adjust all these things to set them up, you know, on your playback, playback stuff. You can adjust the sound and stuff out of the sound effects and my own mic. So you can play with this till you get that great sound that you're looking for. And here's the cool thing about this system. What Scott has shown you so far, guys and girls, what's really great about this is you can play with every single one of these buttons. You cannot break anything. You cannot break this. You can play with it. Just bounce around. Check out what you like. Check out what you don't like. Adjust the sound a little bit to adjust for, maybe have a fade in and fade out when you've got a little bit of music playing. But what's great is you can play with this. You don't have to, you're not going to break anything.
You're not going to break anything, no. And if you click the record button, no one's going to see it until you publish it. So that's the cool part. So what we would do is let's just publish it, okay? So I'll just go ahead and hit play here. And I'm gonna just do a really quick short one here. Hey everybody, this is Scott Smith and Mike Zinger. How you doing today, buddy?
Scotty, how you doing?
Good, good. So we got our first radio show today, and we got a big crowd out here. Welcome everybody to the show. Okay, we got a lot of excitement going on.
Rowdy bunch, aren't they?
Yeah. So Paul, you're the race car driver that you are. I really appreciate you being here, dude. So we're gonna interview you and talk about what it's like to go left turns for 6 hours. I mean, seriously, dude, 6 hours.
Well, if you knew how to make left turns for 6 hours at going 220 miles an hour, I think you'd do it too.
It depends on the money, man. Show me the money, right?
The money's one thing, but man, you can't see the road in front of you going 220. You couldn't even turn left, mister. This interview's over. I'm leaving the show.
Oh, great. We got a disgruntled. Okay. Hey, don't let this door hit you on the butt on the way out, man. Okay?
Get out of here.
All right, get out of here. All right. So I'm gonna stop now. It's a minute long. I'm gonna publish it, and let me just show you. This is pretty cool. And it takes just a second to publish, and then we'll go in and we can listen to it on our thing, and it'll show that it's there. Once it's there, you can edit it. You can change the name. You can do whatever you want to it. So here it is. I'm not even gonna play it. I'm just gonna publish it. Waiting for publisher. Your episode has been published. Here it is. So Agent Mastermind live show. I'm going to go next. So if I wanted to like it, whatever, right now I could. I could go Facebook, connect to Facebook. I'm going to go next. And so now, under my shows, I have, where'd it go? Did I not publish it? It takes a second to show up, I guess. Your episodes. There it is. Agent Mastermind live show. I can edit it. So if I click on edit, see it's right here. It's pushing. A request to share has been made to YouTube, and then a request to share has been made to SoundCloud. So I'm pushing automatically to those. And you set this up in your settings, so it's not a big deal. But if I wanted to edit, click on Edit. I can edit the name of the show. I can, here's the cool part. See how these little lines in here, like Agent Mastermind Live Show? See that right in there? And it's Kalamazoo Caffeine Dash. If I click Update the episode URL, it actually should remove those. Actually,
in your title, take the spaces away.
Oh yeah, there we go, right here.
And then update the episode URL.
Update. There we go. Update. Now we have.
And now change it back to spaces in your title, and it will leave the uncheck that box. Uncheck that box first.
Agent Matt.
Wait. Uncheck the box before you make any changes, Scotty.
Okay.
See, now it just added it back with the. There you go. Now uncheck the box first. Uncheck the box first.
Yeah, it's not staying for some reason.
Okay.
I know that's what
Nope.
I'm.
Change it. Change the words back.
Oh, right now.
Yeah. Wait. Shouldn't be changing it. Okay.
Yeah, I know. The last time we did this, it didn't change. So maybe I just leave it. Just leave it like that, right? Maybe I do like that in click save. See, we're kind of learning this ourselves too. So let me try this. Let me click save.
Then uncheck the box.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So then uncheck the box. No, it's going back. That is so weird. Huh. All right, we'll figure that out and let you know next time we talk to you.
It works so easy for Tammy.
Yeah, I know. It was so easy for Tammy. And it was easy for me, too, when I did it. I did exactly. So you can choose a category. So here's the categories you can choose from. So auto racing, right? And we can put tags in here like Kalamazoo Speedway, Kalamazoo Financial. I mean, whatever you want to put in there for tags. Tags are going to get it possibly noticed in Google. So when people search for different things, they may go, oh, and Google sees this stuff. I mean, they see video as like number one, radio show number 2. So audio is like, it's kind of like in precedence, like what comes first, what comes second. They see a podcast higher ranking than, say, just a blog post with writing, and then a video is like that much higher. So then you can put a description of what we talk about here, and then click save, and then you're cool. So you got your shows, your episodes. So let's just click on this bad boy right here. Here is the page that I would send out. You could share right here, all kinds of sharing going on. And then you can play it as well. Hey everybody, this is Scott Smith and Mike Zinger. How you doing today, buddy? So that's the cool part. That's really how easy it is. Oops. Okay. All right, I gotta click the stop button there. So you can download the video if you want to. You can share it, and again, you can edit it. So whatever you want to do there, shows how long it is. It's going to keep track of how many plays that people watch it and share it. But if I click share, it's going to go Facebook, share on Google, share on Twitter, or if you want to copy the link, here's the link to put out there, and then put that out on your Facebook page. You can go to Facebook, post it out there, and all I do is put in the link. It's going to see that it's a show. Here's my Agent Mastermind, and then I delete the link, and of course I can put a little description in there of what this show's about, and then I post it out there. All right, awesome. Pretty cool stuff.
Easy. Say, Ron's got a great question here. And maybe we don't know this information yet because it's so new to us here. Are we able to import our own music and sound effects?
Absolutely. Check this out. So if you go to Home and click on the home screen, you see Your Music Library right here. Click on that, and then it's going to let you upload music, jingles, loops, soundtracks, effects, and then the upload button. And it gives you free version. Free version gives you upgrade. Let's see, gives you some space. So if you want to upload your own little jingle, or Mike and I were going to think about doing our own jingle for the opening, but you just upload it. Just click upload and go find it.
And Shannon's got a great question here. Her question is, what is the difference between an episode and a show? In essence, Shannon, the show is the main show. It's Shannon's Real Estate Hour. And then each one of the podcasts or episodes that you do is off of that show. Now, the system will allow you to set up multiple shows. Let's say you want to have Shannon's Real Estate Show and Shannon's Business Hour. You want both those shows, and then each show would have an episode. Let's say this week on Shannon's Real Estate Hour, you're going to have an episode about how to prepare your house or get winter ready with your plumbing at your house. And then on Shannon's Business Corner, you're going to be featuring the local pizza shop, and the pizza guy's going to show us the best way to do a Christmas pizza.
Yes,
yeah, so that's the difference. You've got a show, which is your main show, and then each thing after that is an episode that goes in that show. And yes, you can have multiple shows as well as episodes.
Correct. And I got a good friend on here, Joel Z, with me. Hey, Joel, just shoot me an email, man, and I'll make sure you get a copy of the PowerPoint. He's a good friend of mine, so I appreciate it. And I don't know where he's at, but he's in some beautiful mountain country. Good friend of mine that used to be living here with us. So I appreciate you hanging out with us, Joel. Utah. He's in Utah, the beautiful state of Utah. It's not a city. I'm sure he's in a city, but it's a city within a state. Yeah. So thanks, Joel. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. And Joel's actually done a radio show with me when we were back on the radio. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Isn't this pretty cool, Joe?
Going full circle, full circle. And for everyone else, and a lot of questions are coming in from a lot of the gallery. For those who have not joined us on an Agent Mastermind call before, if you'd like a copy of today's presentation, not only the recording but the PowerPoint presentation that goes with it, as well as the 55 questions site and the Podcast Made Easy site, just
Correct.
Contact the loan professional who invited you today. The loan professionals sponsor this program so that they can make it available for the real estate agents to come to. And if you'd like to get a copy of it, just contact them. They'll be happy to provide you with all the materials that we went over today and can answer any questions. And quite frankly, if they can't answer the question, they can access us to be able to get those answers for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. And yes, this will be on the Real Estate Animal site for sure. Absolutely. So how much does the custom voiceovers cost? That's a good question. I didn't punch. Ron's asking a good question. They're some voiceovers. And if you guys want to check this out, if you want to listen to a couple, like I went in and I clicked this listen button right here. And if you click on the listen, it has the top show of the day, which this one's Gaber Tags. But I clicked on, of course, I kind of went to technology. I'm surprised, right? So I clicked on technology and I said, all right, what are other people doing? Look at all these different recordings. So TNI Radio live broadcast. There was one on here about Evernote. The guy was talking about Evernote, which is really cool. There's some. Let's see what other stuff. Tech Talk, which is a good one. So check this out. So if I click on Tech Talk, this guy's pretty good, and I can see all of his episodes. So overview, rumor roundup, announced. So you can just click on and see what they do for their shows, what they, all kinds of different cool stuff. So, man, we got some haters out there. I'm just kidding, Ron. Just kidding, man. We love you, brother. Yeah. Here's Ron. So Ron is one of our dear members, and he's like, I was going to take the weekend off, but now you threw this on my plate, and now he has something to play. Dude, I totally get you, because I'm working on something else that I'm going to be sharing with you guys down the road. So, yeah, I'm up all the time, man. All this free cool stuff. I just can't get enough of it. Oh, check this out. So if you want to add friends to your Spreaker, and we'll leave you with this. If you want to add friends to your Spreaker, see this little button right here? Click here to see your Facebook friends. Boom. It's going to pull up all your friends in Facebook, and you can invite them to be your friend or invite all. But you can just kind of check the boxes. I'm going to invite a couple. I'm going to invite my daughter, see if she'll do it. Get her on there. So I'm just click and then send invites, and it'll invite them to be a part of your show on Spreaker. Pretty cool. So, all right, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you hanging with us. I wish you a happy, exciting, fun, exhilarating, lots of food. Remember, we got a goal here, right? 5 pounds this week. Paul, you in with me, man?
I'm going 7 pounds, brother.
Going 7? You going 7? Mike's got 10. He's got 10.
Hey, go big or go home. Go big or go home.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
So
Mike, if you could do me a favor and stay quiet next time you're on.
Yeah. Right. All right, everybody.
Hey, guys, have a great day. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. I can tell you I am thankful. I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for the job I've got. I'm thankful for the children that I have. I'm thankful for, just being free to be able to do what I want when I want. So thank you for everyone for being here, and I hope you'll thank for too. And tell us on the Facebook private group what you're thankful for this year going into the new year.
Hey, go ahead and stop the recording. I want to show them one more thing. Go ahead.